Hello. It has been, I think at this point it's been a year. I gotta check actually, hold on. Alright, actually it's been 10 months, surprisingly. I thought it was much longer, but no. But yeah, hello again. It's me. Well, Benny. I hope you've been doing well. I hope you've been doing fine in these last, couple of months. I've been honestly all over the place, personally speaking. And I'll get kind of into that. I'll kind of get into another thing that like is kind of related to that, and we'll be doing another of these like old times. We'll just be recording one of these. I don't know. So, to kind of recap, I'm not sure if I talked about it in my last video, but I was actually working. I had like found like a new job, but turns out that job wasn't really good like at all. I really hated working there, and that might be its own episode, but didn't work out. So earlier in the year, I stopped working there and I looked for a new place to work. Now I have a new place to work and it's been going fine, and I think I have a good, path for the future. Because unlike last year, it's actually been feeling fine. Like I've had no issues so far. And during that time, between, me having quit and then like the time till I started working again, I did go to Japan again for a bit. That was also really great. I made, some more memories there. Yeah, I went to like an aquarium. I went to the arcade for like most of the days because I really love tunism. It was great, man. I had, a great time. Now, one question that might come into everyone's minds, well, I mean, it's a small channel, but one question that might come to everyone's mind is, why did I kind of like slow down the uploads? And I gotta be completely honest here with you. I kinda started feeling self-conscious about this channel. It's kind of funny because this channel is kind of like has no expectations, it has no stakes, there's nothing to care about. But I like to I kind of liked it to make it like a vlog type of thing, kind of like speak up my thoughts that I'm feeling at the time, and maybe try to like offer some sort of like insight on like maybe what you can do about it, it's that type of situation. But like I kind of thought about it, and I grew kind of self-conscious because I was like, I'm kind of like 22 right now, and this 22-year-old, mind you, I turned 22 this year. This like 22-year-old is trying to give advice, or not advice, but trying to talk about these like subject. I kind of felt, well, I kind of like judged myself, I suppose, because there's not really an issue with trying to make these types of videos when you're that young as well. Some people might have had experiences when they were that age. It's just in my case, I'm not really someone who's had, I feel like, experiences that are like worth sharing. Like, oh, this is what I've learned. Like, I don't want to be a sort of guru, wants to chime in with his like piece of advice or whatever when he's not even lived life yet. you know It feels kind of weird. I mean, people have done it anyway, and sometimes it has, worked well. It's not like I'm saying no one can do it, because I think a lot of the people that I have watched were in a similar situation, probably. But I also felt like, I don't know, they were a bit just more convincing that they knew what they were saying. I don't know how to explain it. It's just really feels really weird. So I felt kind of self-conscious because I just didn't want to appear like, I don't know. I wanted to kind of come back to this when I felt like I was ready. And then I kind of realized, like, who cares? Like, whatever, just speak your mind. That's kind of what I thought to myself recently, because one focus I've had this year is trying to like shave off this feeling of, well, what would the others think about me? It's a thought I've had for a while because several reasons. I have very long hair, so it's kind of obvious looking. I have like, I guess peculiar sense of humor, all this stuff, right? And some people, they would be like, oh, this is lame, oh, you should cut it off, oh, you should do this and this. And it's just kind of like, I kind of like thought about it recently, and it's like, I don't know, why am I kind of like listening to this? Of course I still think about it, I'm like, maybe they're right, but then I don't know, something clicked inside of me this year, and I was like, I should just not force myself to try to appease people that I feel like, they wouldn't get it. Or like, I feel like I shouldn't try to appease people when it just doesn't make me happy by the end of it, Like, I'll kind of do whatever I want about my hair, and if I want to listen to the other people, then they can speak. But if I don't want their opinion right now, then I'll just do my own thing. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, I mean, it sounds kind of crazy. I know it's kind of like difficult for me to say, oh, just do this. But like, if you try to say fuck it and just kind of like focus on yourself and, you know, don't give a fuck about like what other people say, it's starting to have become kind of like liberating for me, because I kind of realized, oh wow, it's fun when I can just do this. And you know, in my case, it's been uploading videos as well, right? It's been kind of like, I can upload something. Look at me, I'm uploading again. That's better than me not uploading, because I'm holding myself to a standard of people, or like impossible myself, you know, like that I can never appease. Like, it's like, I'm doing something, and that's awesome, you know. I'm finally doing something in my life. I really like that. I mean, I have been doing something, arguably, because I went to like places and I have done like work, but it's like, I'm happy with myself. That's what I really like, you know. I really like when I can just do whatever the fuck I want. And, you know, sometimes you might have, like, because I get it as well. I like to have, like, you know, my main channel where I kind of, like, upload what I want, you know, what I'm really proud of. And then I kind of, like, separate it into subcategories. But I think it's always good to have, like a sort of shitpost channel. Like, something, an outlet. Taking it out of the YouTube situation. Just an outlet where you can just throw whatever you want at the wall. Fuck the people, man. I don't give a shit what they're gonna think. I'm gonna upload what I want. I'm gonna do what I want. And I will do with my life what I want. You know what I mean? It's been awesome. Now, of course, it's not really like, you know, 100% through with me either. Like, I'm not like 100% on that track. You know, sometimes I still second guess myself. Was that a good idea? Should I do this? Should I not do this? But I'm 22 right now. Okay, I've got the whole world. I got my whole life to still figure out. Okay. And I'm gonna do that with testing, man. I feel like I've been very over-optimistic and probably saying a lot of mumbo-jumbo, but like, you know. Point is, one thing I will say for sure is I will be back with videos. The videos will be back, okay? Second of all, I'm doing better, okay? And that's fantastic, you know? I think that's, and I hope you're doing better too, actually. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. No, it's just one thing I wanted to say. I've been kind of like holding myself to the standard, and also I've been like dealing with these like external expectations of like people, you know. I've been kind of like stressing over that over the years, you know, what they think, and I kind of started to realize I don't care. I think what's important is that, you know, as long as you're not actually like a public menace, as long as you have like you know, as long as you have your friends to discuss, to talk about with you, like you, and you know, keep you in check and stuff, you know, because I put a really big emphasis on friends. I think you'll be fine, you know? And I hope that you'll be able to, like, I mean, you might be already on that track, you know? Maybe, again, like, kind of like how I talked about, like, you know, me holding myself to, like, expectations because this guy expects to be a guru. Maybe you were already on that type of track, you know? Maybe I'm just saying repeating things, but that's what changed in my life slightly, okay? It's been, and I'm feeling great, okay? But yeah, that's my little ramble here. I actually wanted to come back a lot earlier, but later in October I was actually sick and I had lost my whole voice, so that got, you know, stalled out by like 2 weeks. But yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you're gonna be, you know, living a great life still from here on out. Hopefully we'll see each other again much sooner, and you'll be listening to me ramble very, very soon, okay? Bye bye.